Hey there everyone, and welcome to HDpiano. I'm JC, and today I'll be teaching you how to play Born to Be Yours by Kygo and Imagine Dragons. This is arranged for piano just for you guys. And in this first section, I'm going to show you how to play the first verse and the pre-chorus. And those parts sound a little something like this. 2, 3, 4. Pre-chorus. All right, so there you have it. That is the first part of Born to Be Yours. To check out part 2 and the other sections of this tutorial, be sure to head over to HDpiano.com. Now, before we dive into this tutorial, I want to ask you guys a question. If you've seen the music video to this song, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. What is with the Bigfoot, Sasquatch-looking creature in this song's music video? Evidently, there are multiple interpretations as to the meaning of this creature and how it ties to this song. So I want to hear your thoughts. If you have any, please let us know. Drop a comment below. Let's chat about it. Okay, guys, before we dig in, I just want to let you know that we're going to be taking this one section at a time, splitting it up with the hands, and it starts first on this C minor chord. And if you listen to the song, that's the part where you hear that kind of patty, stringy sound swelling in to verse 1, is when we play that C minor chord, and that's just a low C. Now, just to give you reference, this is middle C on my keyboard, so I'm 2 octaves below that in the left hand. Also, just so everyone knows, we are playing in the key of E flat, which is 3 flats. Okay, so you've got A flat, B flat, and E flat. So each time you see those notes, remember that we're playing the flat version of those notes. Okay, so that first chord, C minor, you've got this low C, 2 octaves below middle C. And then you've got the C minor built right around that middle C right there. So you've got an E flat, a C, and a G. And it's just one bar that you hold that chord, so So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, verse. Okay? Now, for the entirety of this section, we're playing the same rhythm over and over again, and we'll talk about the chords in a moment after we get the rhythm. So we're counting to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we play on beat 1, and then we play on the and of 2. So it's like 1, 2, and. Okay, so 1 and 2 and then we play on beat 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that second one that we play on the and of 2 is tied, which means we just hold it, and we hold it all the way through beat 3. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so that's the rhythm throughout. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Ba, ba, ba. And the reason it's arranged this way is because if you listen to the song, the acoustic guitar is making the chord changes in that exact rhythmic pattern. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay? So when you get that rhythm in your hands and in your head, you're going to be all set, and all you got to do is learn the chords for this particular section of the song. So just remember 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Ba, ba, ba. Okay? So the first chord is an E flat major in the right hand. So that's an E flat on the top, and then a B flat just below that, and then a G. Okay? Now I'm recommending that you use 1, 2, and 4. That way when you jump down to the next chord, it's just natural. There's not a big, huge jump. But anyway, that's the E flat major in the right hand, and you're playing the E flat just below it in the left hand. Okay? So that's your first chord. And your second chord is B flat, and you've got a D on the top, you've got a B flat, and then an F, and then you've got a left hand B flat an octave lower, okay? And those are the only 2 chords in this bar. So you're gonna play those in that rhythm we talked about before. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, so that's the first bar. The second bar starts on C minor, and that's an E flat at the very top, a C, and a G. And that's middle C that you're playing, by the way. And then you've got a C an octave lower in the left hand. And we start the second bar here, and we've got the same rhythm as before. So we move to our next chord, which is A flat. We're going to come all the way down here, and you've got a C, which is middle C, an A flat below that, an E flat below that, and an A flat an octave lower below that. Okay? And that's your second chord of this bar. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay? One more time. We'll slow it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So let's put those first two bars together. Remember, we've got E flat, which is E flat, B flat, G, and E flat. And then we've got B flat, which is D, B flat, F, and B flat. Okay? Then we've got C minor, which is E flat, C, G, and C. And then we've got A flat. C, A flat, E flat, and A flat. Playing those in the rhythm 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, here we go. Just those two bars. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. All right, now the next two bars are an exact repeat of those first two bars. So we just play that twice. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Again. Okay, now guess what? We're going to do that one more time. Third time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, on the fourth pattern here, it's almost identical. We start out the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But the last time, we just play C minor the whole time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's 3 times identical. And then the last time, that C minor is played by itself through the whole bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that's the entire intro. So that moves us to the pre-chorus. But before we move on to the pre-chorus, let's play that intro together. Here we go. Starting that C minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Second time. Third time. Last time. Now just C minors. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, so that's the entire intro, and now we're ready to look at the pre-chorus. We got a whole new chord here. We go down to F minor. So spelling it from the top all the way down, that's a middle C, then the A flat below that, the F below that, and then F an octave lower. Okay, so that's the first chord. The second chord here in the pre-chorus is back up to E flat, and it's E flat over G. So that's an E flat on the top, a B flat, a G, and then a G in the bass line here. Okay, an octave lower. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I'm going to slow it down a little bit more for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, now the next bar is A flat. That's an E flat, middle C, A flat, and then an A flat an octave lower. And it's the same chord the whole bar, but it's using the same rhythm pattern. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So what I want to do is put those two bars together. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we start out repeating that same phrase again on the third bar of the pre-chorus. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. But now the second chord of this bar is different. It's called a B flat sus4. There's a really fancy way of saying it's a B flat, except for we move the D up to an E flat. So it's E flat, B flat, F, and B flat on the bottom. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so let's put those 4 bars together. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and All right, and that leaves 2 bars left for this pre-chorus, and this can be a little tricky until you get it nailed down in your mind. We come back up here. So after this, we move everything up a little bit. We've got a C in the bass line on our left hand, and then up here at the top, we've got middle C, E flat, and B flat. And here's our rhythm. In the right hand, it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that first chord gets 2 full beats, and then it gets half of the third beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Then we move up to this single C note, an octave above middle C. So 1 and 2 and 3 and. So that C right there happens on the and of 3. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And we land with the C minor, which is G, E flat, or C, unless you want to go the other way, which is C, E flat, and G. And that lands on the and of 4 and ties all the way to the next bar, and we hold it the whole next bar. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now in the left hand, and this is what makes it tricky, it's got a little bit of back and forth action between the 2 hands right here. In the left hand, we play just C notes, both of these bars, but we play 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So we're playing on 1, we're playing on the and of 2, and we're playing on 4, and we do that both bars. Now that sounds easy enough, but when you put it together with this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, it gets a little more tricky. So you just need to practice that over and over again like this. Again. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. So with that whole pre-chorus, that sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. Brings us to the end of the pre-chorus. So, one of the beautiful things about learning to play an instrument by video, learning to play a song on an instrument by video, is being able to pause, rewind, fast forward, that kind of thing. So I want to recommend that you guys find any troubled spots here, rewind, watch it again. So I'm going to run you through that whole entire section. This is the first verse and the pre-chorus, and that'll bring us to the end of this part. All right, here we go from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, verse. Pre-chorus. All right, there you have it. That is part 1 of Born to Be Yours by Kygo and Imagine Dragons. To see part 2 and more, be sure to head over to HDpiano.com. And if you enjoyed this video, we hope you'll click that like button and subscribe so you always know what's going on right here at HD Piano. And after you get done with that, come find us on social media. We'd love to connect with you. I'm JC, and I look forward to seeing you in part 2 over at HDpiano.com, home of the hybrid piano lesson.